Hello, welcome to English 231. I am Dr. A Strike, and if you haven't heard my name around campus before, you're probably really surprised because most people think that my name is pronounced ostrich or something along those lines. But I do want to let you know that even though it's spelled with an O-E, it's pronounced as if it starts with a hard A, as if she bowled a strike. So, that's it for my introduction for right now. But I just wanted to make sure you knew how to say my name. And I will be encouraging you all to let me know what name you prefer to be called. I'll be explaining how you can do that later. But since we won't be meeting in person probably unless you stop by my office hours, do take that extra time to let me know what name you prefer to be referred by in case it is not the one that shows up on my roster. So I wanted to introduce you to a couple of things to get us started here in the new semester. This is our Moodle site, and you all should be familiar with Moodle. It's the the content management system that CCU uses. So when you go and log into your Moodle site, you should see an option to click on the link for this class, English 231. We have several sections of the class that are working together, but this is all English 231. So here, right now, there's not very much on here, but what you're going to be really interested in is, as far as today, is the syllabus that has hyperlinks. I'm going to show that to you here in a minute. But also, as you scroll down, you'll see that each week of the semester is set up here, and you're going to be keeping your eye on these weeks as the semester progresses, because I'll be adding videos and handouts, and there will be quizzes on here, links where you can submit your work through turnitin.com. The links will be here. And so you're really going to want to keep your eye on here. I'm going to try to get everything posted for the week by Tuesday, but because this class is online and issues will be coming up as we progress, just like they do in class, you're going to want to keep an eye on this and I will date each entry. For when I upload it, you want to keep an eye on each week, because as I become aware of things that people want to talk about, I'll be posting additional information in each week. Now you'll note that each week runs from Tuesday through Monday. That is on purpose. Most of your assignments will be due either at least by Sunday, if not earlier in the week, and I'll be keeping you abreast of those deadlines as we progress. And then Monday will be kind of like a day off for grading, etc., and prepping for the next week. And then I'll make sure that everything, as much as I can, will be uploaded on Tuesday and ready to go. And then I will add additional information as the week progresses as necessary. So up here, you'll see that the syllabus is already here. When you click on this, it comes to the page that has the syllabus. And all the information that you need to know is on this syllabus at this time. You'll find the course description. This course is a new media course, but what we're going to be focusing on, you also notice that it is an English course. It's English 231. Is that we're going to be studying the way that technology and new media has impacted the way that we tell stories. Now, you'll note that English 231 is the only required course for the new media and digital studies minor. And the reason for that is because sometimes people get so obsessed with the technology, they forget the people and the impact of technology on people's lives that are going to be the end users of those products. And so we look at the most, I don't want to say basic, but the most universal, there we go, the most universal way that we can kind of gauge the impact of technology on people's lives and of new media on people's lives, and how they tell stories, and then how those stories reflect the impact of new media and technology on the scale, pace, and pattern of their lives. You're going to hear me say that a lot over the course of the semester, scale, pace, or pattern. And the reason why I say this so much is because one of the new media scholars that really impacted the field is this gentleman, Marshall McLuhan. And he came up with this idea that the significance of any medium is the change of scale or pace or pattern that it introduces into human affairs. And so we're going to be talking about that a lot. We're also going to be um, not just talking about how technology impacts our characters, but also how we can analyze and also write for the digital age. And so we're going to be both reading analog and digital text comparatively. Excuse me. And so we're going to be engaging with historic and current definitions of analog and digital media forms. But we're also going to be analyzing and then writing in new media. So you'll see that it has here under student learning outcomes number 3, demonstrate competency in synthesizing mediated formats. Basically what that means is that we're going to be doing a couple of different projects where we're not only going to be writing alphabetically, the way that we're used to with words and the alphabet, sentences, paragraphs, etc., but we're also going to be writing and creating our own video files, audio files. You're going to be practicing some code and building a website, as well as making a transmediated project at the end of the semester. And these words will make a lot more sense to you as we progress. It's some kind of real jargony stuff here at the moment, but we'll be going over it as we come along. Now, here you see the major assignments for the course. We've got a WordPress website that we're going to be building together, and there's going to be a lot of assignments associated with that. That's worth 35% of your grade. There will be midterm and final exams. Each one will be worth 150 points for a total of 300 points, or 30% of your grade. Then we're going to have a digital storytelling project at the end of the semester, which is worth up to 250 points, where you will be, again, creating your own video and envisioning a transmedia project that you could maybe produce in the real world. Also, participation is important. And even though this is an online class, I have some outlines for how you can be counted as attending and participating. So you are going to want to read the attendance policy carefully. This is a little bit different because this is an online course. So the way that you can be marked as attending, I can track each individual student's activity on the website, the WordPress website that we're going to be using, and also the Moodle website, in addition to seeing that you've submitted work. So I can see how many times you've accessed the site. I can see how many videos you've viewed. I can see how many files you've interacted with on both the WordPress and the Moodle site. And so that's how I'm going to be gauging your activity and whether or not you're actually attending the class week by week. So it's very important that you do hit these deadlines and keep up an active participation in the class, because you just don't want to approach an online class as if it's something that you can do whenever you want. In other words, cram it all in the last week of the semester. That will not work. So you are going to need to be putting aside, several times a week where you're going to be interacting digitally with the class, with the classmates, with the course material, and also with your print or analog textbook and the comic book. Which brings us to our required texts. You have 2 required texts for this class. You need to buy these. If you do not buy these, you will not be able to pass the class. So they're relatively inexpensive. I think altogether they come to less than $50, which for course materials is not bad. The first... let's see here. You can find both of those through this Coastal Carolina bookstore. The first one is Digital Storytelling by Carolyn Miller. And then the second one is this comic book. Yes, I'm requiring that you buy a comic book. It is called Guild, Volume 1. There's more than one volume. We're only going to be looking at Volume 1. So do make sure that you buy both of those and have them in hard copy. They are not available electronically. Okay. Let's see here. Back to the syllabus. Where did it go? There it is. Okay. So here are some policies that I have to give you advice on how you can succeed in this class. First, we have the readings. Make sure you do read them. And make sure that you do write in your book. I have found over the years that this is the most effective way to keep your notes in a place that will help you to study for the midterms and the final exams. The more you write in your books, the better. The bookstore only reduces the sell-back price of your textbooks for broken spines, missing pages, water damage. So just don't break the spine of your book. Don't rip pages out. Don't pour water on your book, and you should be fine. They expect students to write in their books. So please do that. Let's see here. Success in the class. Basically, just want to make sure that you understand that watching the videos and going through the handouts that I give you through the Moodle site will help you to understand the work that you're going to be doing additionally, reading the textbook, viewing videos, and handouts. I believe I said that already. But that does not mean that that's the only material that you're responsible for. Again, we won't be meeting face to face, so you're really going to have to take on some responsibility yourself to make sure that you do all the material. Read out of the textbook, read the comic book, watch the videos, and things like that. Also, make sure that you're not multitasking as you're studying for this class. You should treat it just like you would any other class. Set aside a quiet space where your roommates aren't all around you, where you're not talking on the phone, where you're not Netflix binging at the same time, or checking your email. And you're going to have to take on a lot of responsibility yourself to focus. So make sure that you do take that responsibility seriously. You can turn in work late, but do know that there's a penalty for each 24 hours that is turned in late, 5%. And we're going to be on the lookout for plagiarism, as always. We're going to be doing a lot of web building, and sometimes there's this idea that web pages can be copied and pasted kind of wholesale, and that's okay. That is not okay. I'll be talking about this more in the future, but we're going to be talking about how you can cite and give credit to the original authors when you do use somebody else's work in an online environment. The Writing Center is available to you. You can still use them for this course. So I have hyperlinks here to their websites. So if you want, you should make an appointment with the Writing Center. And if you are registered with Disability Services, let me know. So here's some more detailed information about the website project, also about the exams, the digital storytelling project, and participation. So read over this carefully. This will affect your grade. And do know that there are several students in our class that are taking special subsections of the class that are honors course. And here is an explanation, just a preliminary explanation of what the additional requirements will be for you for the course. For each one of these assignments, I will be giving you detailed handouts later on in the semester, but for now this will just give you an idea of those projects. And then here is the syllabus quiz. There are hyperlinks for all the readings that aren't included in your text, as well as for your viewings. We have two digital web series we're going to be watching. Well, actually, this one's a transmedia series. Again, we'll be talking about that more. And then this is the web series that we'll be watching. These are all available for free online, so you don't have to worry about that. And then we will also be reading an electronic book, which is also available to you for free. Now, do note that anytime you see a link, that is something that you either need to read or view. This is a video about the 7 deadly sins, and this relates to one of your first assignments here, which I will be putting up another short video here in a minute. I can only do 15-minute videos through the free screencasting software that I'm using. It's called Screencast-O-Matic, but as long as it's free, I can only do 15-minute videos. That'll be good. It'll keep me focused, and it'll give you smaller chunks of videos to watch. So do note that the readings that are assigned, they're assigned by week, and you should make sure that you give yourself enough time so that when you finally hit the assignments, that you've thought about it, that you reviewed my videos, that you've taken notes, so that when you get to the assignment, you're not going back and forth like a crazy person trying to figure out where you can find that one piece of information that will answer this question. No. Do all the reading first. Click through the videos, view the whole things in a silent room so that you can pay attention and then sit down and do your homework prepared. Okay, so I'm going to end this video and then start another one that'll start to explain the WordPress assignment to you and also explain the syllabus quiz.